Ancient Greece is a hoax, and nobody died, nobody got hurt. And when you first hear this idea, it is so ridiculous, you can't even entertain it. You can't even entertain the idea in your mind. And so, because you can't entertain it, you can't engage with it, and it can go no further. And so, the majority of people who ever see this video, they're going to think that it's a joke, or that I'm being silly, or that I'm trolling, or that this is another tactic from the CIA or whoever pays me, blah, blah, blah. I get it. But for those of you who are able to entertain this idea, it's a very simple process you have to follow. Get rid of the appeals to authority and the appeals to consensus, and what are you left with? We believe in ancient Egypt because of my experts. My experts know that ancient Greece was real. They can't all be lying, of course, right? This is an appeal to authority, to my experts. We'll come back to that. Then get rid of appeals to consensus. Oh, everybody knows that thousands of years ago there was a civilization. Everybody knows that, man. Everybody knows. This is an appeal to consensus. Once you get rid of the appeal to authority and appeal to consensus, what are you left with? What is your evidence that people lived thousands of years ago? You'll come back to me and you'll say, oh, there's these old vases, or how about some of these old ruins? And then I say to you, okay, how do you know that they're thousands of years old? Then you're going to have to go back to my experts or my consensus. Now, you will have only gotten this far in the process if you were able to entertain this idea in the first place, which again, most humans can't do. And it's not their fault. This is how they've been trained to be. This is what the production line human is. It is completely incapable of entertaining ideas that go against its fundamental programming. Now, there is a 1 hour video that is available for free on my website called Ancient Greece Make Believe. In it, I detail the research, the copious research that I've done that leads me to conclude that yes, indeed, it is a blatant hoax. And so here's the process that most people go through if they can entertain. They start off by thinking, well, JLB must be wrong about this. Then they realize that I'm correct about Herodotus and the other characters who I talk about. So they assume those must just be the only fictional characters, the rest were real. Then they go through their own process of looking into a character of their own choosing. They realize that that character is clearly fake as well. Then they realize that yes, ancient Greece is a complete hoax, but it takes a long time to internalize it, to really understand this isn't an embellishment or an exaggeration. This is a complete hoax. There never was an ancient Greece, ever. Nobody died, nobody got hurt, because nobody ever lived. It's a recent fabrication. But it does take time to internalize that and to understand that. And so I've been doing this for years, and now I just understand, yeah, this is a silly story. Just like the tooth fairy who gives you money for the teeth that you put under your pillow, or Santa Claus who gives you presents because that's just what he does once a year. Those kinds of things that you now understand are complete fake. Ancient Greece is the exact same. Only difference is we get trained to believe it's real, and we've got my experts, and we've got my group consensus. So what I do in this 1 hour video, available for free, look at that, 57 minutes, I host it on my own server, I don't host it on YouTube, is I go through the documentation, okay? So I don't just sit there saying, oh, it's fake. I show you the actual story, the underlying academic story that they claim is evidence that these people were real. And by the end of that hour, one of two things will happen. You'll either understand that there's something quite serious going on here, and that JLB is onto something, and regardless of what you think about me or my style, you'll realize this is important. Or, by the end of that video, you will close your mind, you'll put your fingers in your ears, and you'll go, la 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 la, la 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 la, don't want to hear it, don't want to hear it. And if you do that, again, that's perfectly natural human behavior. This is not easy news to handle. It's one thing when you're a child and you're like 5 or 6 or 8 years old and your parents tell you that Santa's fake. It's embarrassing, but hey, you're a child, who cares? But if you're a full-grown adult and you realize that you've believed a complete and utter blatant fairy tale, and that my experts are lying and my group consensus has let me down again, that is too hard for the average human to take. So if you want to access this video, just sign up for a free membership at johnlebon.com. Then send me an email saying that you want part membership. I will personally upgrade you at no cost. Okay? So many people have signed up as free members recently, and that's cool. They've got access to a ton of free material. But this kind of material, which takes hours and hours and hours and hours to make, usually just for the full members, but I've made some of it available to part members. So you just need a part membership. Send me an email. I'll upgrade you to a part membership. You can watch this for yourself, and then what happens from there is entirely up to you. So on the 10th of September 2018, John the Bond signing off, and until next time, remember that when it comes to ancient Greece, nobody died, nobody got hurt, period.